All right, welcome to the call tonight, everybody. Thanks for being on. Today is March 3rd. How is that possible? March 3rd, Thursday, 2016. And tonight, I'm really excited about this call. I had the idea for this call like 2 minutes ago, and I thought, why haven't I done this yet? But it's something that I kind of just jumped into, and I wanted to share with you guys as I'm kind of learning about it. And we're going to talk about running clean eating groups. So, hey, Erica, we just started. So I'm going to just do a couple announcements first. Let's see. First of all, I wanted to just mention that you guys might have noticed that I've been inviting you to all these events lately. And I am sorry. I hope that's not driving you all crazy. But honestly, it's been really nice for me because in the past, I was posting things you needed to know in our team page. And as you know, anytime somebody likes or comments on something, it moves everything down. So I was just feeling like you were missing some things. So I'm going to start doing that for a while and until maybe we need to do it a different way. But if there's an event coming, like a call or something that I really want you to be part of, it's really easy for me to set up the event and invite the whole team. So I'm going to be doing that. If you have strong opinions about that, if it's super annoying or if you have another suggestion, I'm all ears. I tried like an email once. I've tried just posting a calendar, and those things just didn't work very well for us. So this is kind of, like I said, what I'm going with now. So just pay attention to your invites. I'm only inviting you to things that I think are important and valuable. Okay, the other thing that is kind of brand new is the Challenge Tracker app. I just started using it like yesterday. I'm running a group for a private group for a girl and her husband and her friend, and I'm kind of using them as like a test starting Monday. The Challenge Tracker is an app on your phone, so you can run your groups from your phone. I just started it, so I really don't even know anything. All of my information on how to use it is by going to the FAQ section in your online office and typing Challenge Tracker app, and I'm learning through that. So I encourage you to do that too. But one thing that I have noticed that's really nice is that you can still use your computer to type and post. So as the leader, you can do what you normally do through Facebook with your computer, but your participants don't need to be Facebook users. So I'm going to run this little group for my friend, and then my next group I'm going to try to just exclusively run through this. I really think this is going to be the way to go in the future. So I would start trying it out, especially as Facebook kind of gets tougher with their groups policies and kind of shutting people down if they're in too many groups and posting to too many groups and all of that. I think this is going to be a nice way around it. And also, this reaches a whole different age demographic. I think it hits the younger people and the older people. You know, the people that are like 30 to 60 are the Facebook users, and I feel like outside of that, we lose them. You know, people that are younger than 30 are often on Instagram now or other social media sites, and people maybe who are older than 60 aren't really into Facebook either. So it just opens up another way to help people. So I will continue to share with you what I'm learning, but I really am just trying it. And I just encourage you guys just to try it. Like, you know, don't be afraid. Don't wait for somebody to give you all the training. Just do it. It's not, you know, it's just tell people I'm just playing with it. I'm learning, and just do it. But it's really cool. You can post your what Shakeology you had every day. You can post your workouts every day. I mean, it's very much the same. It's just something different. Okay, so I wanted to start by talking about, well, our call is about clean eating groups. So I wanted to start by kind of talking about what that is. Some of you are familiar and some of you aren't. I know Kim is brand new to the team, so Kim, you might not even know what this is. So let me kind of explain what a clean eating group is. A clean eating group is a group that is is run for a shorter period of time typically. These are 5-day clean eating groups, and the sole purpose of these is to teach people how to eat clean. These groups are free, and the reason for that is because we want to provide value to people. We try to provide value to people in lots of different ways as a coach. Maybe you give, as a mom, I like to give mothering, I don't know, shenanigans and stories to make people laugh. Maybe you share recipes. Maybe you give people ideas of the best restaurants. I don't know. We're trying to give value to people in lots of different ways, and this is just another way to do that. Plus, it shows that you're not always after a sale. We really are coaches because truly we want to help people, and so this is just another way to help people. But it also serves as a gateway. It shows people that, first of all, they can get results in a short period of time by doing the right activities. It shows them the accountability group, and it kind of allows them to get a sneak peek at what you do. So if they like it, then they can jump into a longer group and then, become a client who tries the products and the fitness programs. But that's what they are. I think they're really important for our businesses, and I have been bad at not running these. I think this is my first one in a year. I think they especially can be helpful for coaches who are new, just because sometimes when you start, it feels funny to just be like, hey, I'm here, join my group, and by the way, you need to buy these products. So this is a way to kind of ease into it and say, hey, I'm running a 5-day clean eating group. You don't need to buy anything, just join me and learn about clean eating. And honestly, you guys, in 5 days, if people follow the meal plan that's provided, and if there's a 20-minute workout too, if they do those things, and they'll have results. There's no way they won't experience results. So, it really is effective. Now, Erica and I just went to Coach Camp recently. Oh, and Alex too, but Alex, we had to leave before this presentation. And there was a presentation about clean eating groups by, her name is Abby Jimenez. So we have files in the Transformers files about running clean eating groups. This was a little bit different. This coach named Abby, an elite coach, 5-star diamond coach, runs these clean eating groups every single month, and she has a really specific system. So she offered her presentation about this, and she gave us all of her resources, which was so generous of her. She gave us like 4 or 5 meal plans. She gave us all of the rules she posts for the group and her frequently asked questions. And she really just was very, very good about giving us everything. She gave us, I don't know if you saw this, Erica, pages of scripts to use for people, like pages. So it's really been helpful. So Erica and I have adopted this system. Erica's a week ahead of me. So I started prep week on Monday. And prep week is just where every day I'm posting another activity or another piece of information to help prepare them for starting on Monday. Erica kind of skipped the prep week or did a shortened version of it, so she's in the week. So tomorrow's the last day of the group. So we're going to kind of share our experience with it so far. But all of these files are available to you. I don't remember if I put them in the team page yet. If they're not in our team page, they're in the Transformers team page, and I can load them in our page if they're not. But they're all available to you. You can read through it and go through her notes. She has a PowerPoint in there. Really everything's just laid out for you. So Erica and I just wanted to kind of give you our background on that. So that's what a clean eating group is. That's why we run them. And I'm going to let Erica take it over, and she's going to tell you about inviting, because that's a really important part of these groups. So Erica, you go ahead.
Sure. I just wanted to say one thing. Some of her posts talk about a 7-day group versus a 5-day group. So I want to encourage people, if they are using stuff and just copying and pasting, make sure you read it first before you post it, because it does refer to a 7-day group for a lot of that. So just a heads up on that. I figured that out yesterday, because I kind of modified her post a little bit to fit more of what I feel comfortable talking about and sharing. So just put that out there. But inviting. So I went through my friends list and I invited about 120 people. which is a ton, I know. But I also followed up with each of those people in a private message. So I don't know about all of you, but I talked to Katie a little bit about this. I feel a little bit overloaded and overwhelmed by all the invites I'm getting to these online happy hours and online book parties, and just seriously, I'm getting invited to at least 2 or 3 things a week. And I wanted to separate myself out from the other people who are doing these invites. So I private messaged every single person. Yeah, it took forever, but it really paid off. I had about 40 people who said that they were interested or going, and then I ended up with the 27 in the group, which is great. So I shared with them, here's why I'm inviting you. And then of course I copied and pasted, what the group was about, and just said, I'm going to be sharing free information. There's a meal plan and a grocery list. And then just sharing education, daily workouts, and checking in every day. What I really liked about this free group, and much like Katie, I haven't run one for a little over a year, and I've only actually done one before, and that was to kind of introduce my business. But it really kind of gave me the courage to reach out to people who have been on my list for 6 months, or maybe 7 months, maybe even since I've started. There are just some people who are in my warm market, some acquaintances of mine, friends from high school I haven't talked to for, 5 years or so. But we've had some interaction with each other on Facebook, so liking each other's posts, randomly commenting, but haven't ever really started dialogue, just started talking. So this kind of gave me the courage to reach out to those people, which is a great icebreaker. I didn't feel like I was selling them anything. I really believe I'm offering them something of value, giving them something that they can use. So it's been really great. So it's a smaller group this first time, but making that initial contact just has been really helpful. So I'll invite them to the next one. And most of the 120, honestly, most people replied. About half have joined and half didn't. So there are probably only 30 people or so who just totally ignored my message, which is fine. That's to be expected.
That's amazing that you had so many people respond. So you did it a little differently. Did you create an event first, or did you just go to the inviting personally?
So I created an event, and I invited them all to the event, and then I private messaged all of them, because you can go to your event and just click on each name and just go straight to message each person. So that was the fastest way to do it, instead of going to my messages screen and typing in their name. And so you can message straight from the guest list, which is what I did.
So we should probably mention about setting up an event, and that has been really a cool tool that we've just figured out in the last few months. Mm-hmm. Like I said at the beginning of this call, that's what I've been inviting you guys to, all these events, because you see it, but you can make your events public or private, and you want to click public, and you have to select it when you create it. You can't change it later, but it's up in the corner and it's kind of hidden. It's I think Facebook prefers them to be private because they make it, it's hard to select that. Anyway, so make it public, and then, you make a post in there about what it's about, and you invite your people on this, select them on the side or whatever. And then like Erica did, and message them privately and tell them that you invited them and tell them why. And then what I like to do, and I don't know if you did this too, Erica, I like to post in that group of every day leading up to before I create the group, because every time you post, it goes on your wall publicly. So all of the people that are connected with you can see that. So it kind of just brings more people in. So you get friends of friends that see it. And it's all about getting eyes on that post. If you are let's say you're running a group together. So Erica and I we were going to run this group together, and then we realized they were big enough on their own. But when we first started talking about running it, we were each going to create our own event, because if I created it and made Erica an administrator, then she would have to share the group. And if you share a group or a link, you guys know that your affinity goes way down. Facebook puts that way down. So sharing that you're in some group, if you share the link, barely any people see that. So I would recommend, even if you're running this with another coach, create your own event page so that your people see your stuff, and then you can create a group together. But I would do the event first. That's where you kind of gather your people. And then when you have everybody figured out, then you move them into the group. And Erica, I'll send it back to you and tell how you get the people from the event into the group.
Okay, so I, in the private message, I just told them why I invited them. And then I told them, I hope you join me. If you're interested, please click going or interested on the event page. And that way, I know that they're interested. And then in the group, and this is what Abby, she put this in her instructions too, to go ahead and ask people to create a free account, Team Beachbody account. And Abby suggested this, and I stuck with it for mine. That is non-negotiable. If they don't create an account, then they don't get in the group. And I created a private Facebook group, similar to how I run my accountability groups. I created a private group and added people as they created their free accounts. And that's super quick. It's within the hour that you'll see them show up as a customer on your in your online office. So that's what I did. And then the people I waited about 24 hours, and the people who did not create accounts but said they were going, I messaged them again. And most of the time they would reply and say, oh, sorry, I haven't gotten to it, which is fine. I had them do it. I did have 2 people switch their coach to me, and that's don't judge. Before you judge, I can explain. One of them was assigned to a random coach and has been for 6 years. 6 years. It's crazy. I was like, what? Have you bought stuff? Like, have you just been buying stuff from somebody you didn't know? And they're like, well, I didn't know that I was assigned to a coach. I just bought stuff offline, and I never heard from that coach. So that's another thing. You need to reach out to your free leads. Let them know that you exist. But anyway, so she switched to me with no problem. And then another person has a coach and has had, it was kind of an acquaintance for about 6 months. And that coach, same thing, never reached out to them, does not run free groups, does not run any groups. And so I told her, I don't want to step on your coach's toes, but if you want to switch, then, I'm not going to stop you if you don't feel like that coach is adding value to you. And she said that she doesn't. So she switched, as well. And that was just a simple email or a phone call to Coach Relations, and I had them do it. I didn't do it. Sometimes I'll do it for people if they're assigned to a random coach, but I did not do that this time. And that's it. So that's really how I got people. And like Abby said in her training too, if someone does have another coach, like I had one person who her cousin is a coach and that's who she goes with, but she says, my cousin doesn't run any groups, but I still want to order from her. And I said, I completely understand that. But this group is for my clients. It's a benefit to my clients. So maybe encourage her to run a couple groups like this. I hated doing that just because it doesn't feel great, but I'm trusting a 5-star diamond and just kind of following her tracks. So yeah, that's how I got people in. And
I had several coaches from the Transformers team say that they were interested, and some other coaches that are just like, say that they were interested, and I honestly just didn't add them to the group because, I, like Erica said, this is a value that we're providing our clients, and I'm happy to have any Dream Builders coaches on our, on the team in there so that they can see it. But this isn't, the material that she has shared with us, I feel like is very, it's very generous. She's put together a lot of time, and I just don't want to give it to the world, even though Transformers have access to it too. And that's, I guess, the point. They have access to it, so they can run the group too. So just, you are business women and men, and you're running an organization. So you just want to protect it a little bit. And if you are just letting anybody and everybody in your groups without requiring them to have an account, and if they have another coach, you're really devaluing what you're doing. So just make sure you keep that in mind. Okay, good. So we've got them into the group, and I guess, should I talk about prep week?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. So prep week. So I decided to do a prep week. I just was trying to follow Abby's plan, and so far it's going well. Every day she suggests a different, topic to post. So the first day it's like the rules, and she has a rule document. I mean, she's really done all this legwork for us. There's a frequently asked questions document that's very good. One day was Shakeology, so I just made a video about Shakeology. And actually, somebody asked me today about how to make a video, and so I just want to share with you guys. My favorite way to make training videos or videos that I post in my groups, I use Zoom. So if you go to Zoom, and you guys have an account now, right? Or not? Maybe you don't. I don't know if you do. Okay. So you have an account to be on this call. So you can go to Zoom, and then it just says on the side, like, host a meeting. Just click that and it'll start your meeting. You click record, and you can talk to the camera and record a video. And then when you hit end meeting, it transfers to a file that you can save on your computer. I just save it as whatever it's called, Shakeology video or whatever. And then I go to YouTube, click upload, and then you can bring your file into there. And so I have a channel. You can make your videos public or unlisted or private. And I just house all my videos there. Someday I'd like to do something more with it, but right now it's just like a holding ground for my videos. But Zoom is super easy because you just are looking at yourself in the screen. If you do it on your phone, I don't know, my phone always runs out of space, or I don't know, it's just little, so the computer's really great for that. So anyway, I made a video about Shakeology, and I just talked about my experience with it, why it's great, what are the benefits. Another day for the prep week was clean eating, so I did just a 5-minute video, what is clean eating and why it's beneficial. I think tomorrow, Friday, is maybe measurements or something. Anyway, every day is something pretty basic. It's just like running our regular groups where we're just kind of getting people ready to go. One thing that I want to point out is that she talks about a points system and a prize system. So she takes entries for different things. If every time you post a picture of your food, you get an entry. If you check in, you get an entry. I forget what the other ones are, but that's a lot of work, and I don't think that that's something I'm going to do every time, but I'm trying it this first time. Are you too, Erica?
Yeah, but I'm having them keep track of their own points and post their point total at the end of the day.
Ooh, I like that better.
There's 27 people in my group. I can't count all of them.
Right. And there's like 9. You can get 9 a day or
9
something.
total. Yeah.
Okay. That's a good idea. So see, you guys, we're just working through this, and that's what will happen when you run these too. You'll find things that work for you and things that don't. Okay, so that's prep week. Now, Erica, why don't you talk about how your week is going?
So it's going really well. Like I said earlier, I have used some of her posts and some of my own stuff. So for example, I posted about apple cider vinegar, but I did not do the lemon water thing because I felt they were somewhat related. So as far as the daily education posts, my recommendation is just kind of share what you're comfortable sharing. Share the things that you believe in, that you support, that you feel like you can speak to. Also, with the daily workouts, I do post the daily workouts in the morning, and I've used some of hers, but I've also created my own kind of 20-minute circuit-style workouts as well. So that has worked. But pretty much I'm following her plan. I post a motivational post in the morning, and that really gets people going. And then one of the points that she awards or an entry for the prize at the end is a motivational quote, so that I kind of get the day started, and then people will comment on mine with their own motivational stuff. And it's going really well. I did post 2 meal plans because I'm doing it with my group. For the most part, we don't make a new meal every day. It's too crazy for our life. But I posted the crockpot meal and then another non-crockpot meal plan and let them choose what they wanted. And then for the next groups, I'll probably do my own meal plans just because, and maybe use some of hers. But anyway, so I posted all of that. And then every day I say something about one of the meals we've made, a motivational quote, the workout, and then I do a midday check-in and a post at the end of the day. So, and it's worked. People are very, very involved, and they comment on each other's posts and congratulate each other on goals. Today being Thursday, I did go ahead and post and ask, how they're feeling, kind of talk about what the next steps would be. I have a group prep week starting next Monday, the 7th. So I invited to that to get some people kind of switched over from the free group to a longer group. And so far it's going well. And I did go ahead and share that my plan is to run these once a month, letting them know that some of the information might be the same, might be some repeated information just to get them familiar with stuff and sharing recipes. And it's going really well. And like I said, I asked them to share their own points because, you've all been in Facebook groups. It's really hard to keep track when the posts are shifting and moving up and down. And so I just have them tell me what they get at the end of the day, and I've been tracking it, and now I have to figure out what the prize is going to be.
What did you decide about people who aren't checking in?
Okay, yes, that's right. So after the first day, I did post that, and Abby did this too, that, you have to be active in this group. It's more fun. It's more beneficial if people are interacting. So if they don't post, then I would remove them. So there were 7 people total who did not post, did not check in on that first day. They didn't like a single post. They didn't comment on anything, and they didn't check in. So I had heard virtually nothing from them. I private messaged them. 4 of them withdrew and just said they weren't ready, that they want to be added next time. And 3 of them replied back to me and said, they apologized that they hadn't been very active, but they are reading the posts, and they would really love to stay in the group. So I left them in. And I just let the 4, I told them, that's fine. I understand if it's not your thing, that's fine. I just wanted to reach out and make sure you're not being bombarded with information that you're not finding useful.
I think that's great. I think that's a really professional way to handle it. And you're showing compassion by allowing those people to still be in, even though they don't want to comment. But I think it's important to address it so that they know that we're paying attention,
Right.
Okay, really good, Erica. Are you commenting on everything, like she said? That's a lot of work, isn't it?
It is. And honestly, the thing that's more work is to not repeat myself.
Yes. Because you're like, way to go. How many ways can I say good job?
Yes. Whoa. Awesome. Great.
Use those emojis. I like the clapping emojis and the hands up emoji.
Yeah. Oh, I need to do more emojis. I'm, how I feel about
Thumbs
emojis.
up.
Yeah.
So
emojis. It's more like the big eyes with like the gun too. That's like the emojis that I use half the time.
Don't use that. Don't use that. So I think that I haven't really started with the 5-day group, but with the other groups I'm running, I knew this, but I kind of got lazy for a few months where I would just I don't know, I just was being lazy with it. But oh my gosh, it does really make a difference if you actually comment on every single thing, and it's more work. But I realized I was a participant in a group recently that we were running with a few coaches, and I realized that if somebody didn't comment on my post, I would be like, oh, they didn't. Somebody needs to tell me I did a good job. And so when I realized that, I thought, okay, now I've been doing this for 3 years and I still want validated. So these people are new, and we've got to give them that attention, and that's where the quality of the coach really makes a difference, because it's easy to just click like. It takes a little more effort to comment, right?
I've been asking questions too when I comment on someone's, to kind of keep them engaged and not just feel like I'm just spouting off fluff, which sometimes I feel like I'm doing myself, even though that's not my intention. So I might ask, one of them is, post your accomplishment for the day. And someone said something about, oh, I ate oatmeal and I really hate oatmeal. And so I commented and I said, oh, what do you normally eat for breakfast? Or, something like that. Just to show that it's not just a passive thing, like I'm actually paying attention. So.
Right. I think that's awesome. And I just want to point out, that you guys have, you listened to how many people Erica invited, 120 messages, and she sent private messages to all of those people, and she's responding and she's having all those conversations back and forth. That is a lot of legwork. I mean, she's not just phoning it in. Yes, you can click invite friends list to your group, but that is not as effective. She is forming these people, forming relationships with these people, and hopefully it's going to pay off in her business. I'm sure it will. There's no way it won't. It might not be right away. They might not all join the next group, but they at least are on her radar. The more work you put in, the more you're going to get out of it. So I encourage you to do that. And also, if you invite 3 people, probably only one will say yes. If you invite 120, how many people are in your group? 27? Mm-hmm. Those are pretty good numbers. So 25%, less than 25%. I don't know. You're the math person.
Yeah. Just about.
Yeah. So that's great. Thank you, Erica. That's really good information. I want to open it up to the team. I think I didn't mute you guys. You muted yourselves tonight. So if you have questions, just unmute and ask away.
I have a question. Actually, a couple. Awesome information, by the way. This has really helped because I kind of did a lot of this today and I went through the files and it makes a lot more sense that I kind of know what you guys are talking about. But Erica, how long before you started your prep week did you, when did you invite people and create that group?
Well, 3 days.
Oh, okay.
This was, I know, I don't recommend that. I was going to say something about that, so I'm glad you asked. I would do it longer next. I don't know if I would do a full week of prep before, but I'm pretty sure I created, I know for sure it was on a Thursday night. It was a Thursday night late that I created the event and invited and messaged all those people, and I started on Monday. So It really gave no time for people to get shopping and stuff.
Right.
Okay. I would probably start it on Tuesday, probably Tuesday or Wednesday at the latest.
Okay. Also, when, tomorrow or, this weekend when you wrap up, are you going to be like, hey, I'm starting a challenge group, and then are you going to direct message people? How are you going to follow up with people about that?
So I posted today on my afternoon. I did a midday kind of pick me up post and then shared with people, how are you feeling about this group? Do you love it? If you want to do something longer, my next 21-day group prep starts the 7th. So you still have plenty of time to get everything you need for it. So I did that today on Thursday. And then I let them know we're not done with this group yet. Tomorrow is the last day, but we will be sharing results on Saturday. And then after results are shared, I will private message every person that participated and ask for feedback for one, since basically for all intents and purposes, this is my first clean eating group. The first one was just kind of hey, what did you eat today? So I will ask for feedback and then invite them to try out some stuff. I forgot to mention this, I did offer Shakeology 5 packets for $20 for this group. It's a little cheaper than I would normally sell to clients, but but it's at cost for me, and I just want people to try it. I did have 3 people who wanted to try it, and there's already a handful of people who drink it already. So 3 people for the group, brand new people to Shakeology, I thought was pretty good.
And also, you guys, that reminded me, I think in Abby's notes, they have to share their results to be eligible for the prize. Mm-hmm. So that just keeps people engaged, because a lot of times people will start groups like this and then they'll get the meal plan and they'll leave. And so our job is to keep them in the group as long as we can, because if you've been in a group before, the longer you're in it and you're connected, that's where the magic happens. That's where the real changes take place. So you want to keep them in till the very end.
And I asked them to share it. I'm going to ask them to share it on their own wall, not in the group.
Nice. Smart.
Yeah, I'm going to do both. So share it in the group so people can see, but also tag me on your public page.
Nice. Any other questions? Anybody else? So you guys, I encourage you to, if you are interested in doing this, make a plan. So open your calendar and see, pick a Monday that you want to start, and then you back up your inviting. So I'm looking at the March calendar. Today's Thursday. You could start on Monday, but I would recommend, maybe start the 14th. Give yourself a little more time, and go ahead and set up your event page. Start inviting, post in there, and then start sending your personal messages. Or if that's too soon for you, make it the 21st. Figure out your plan. I guess if you do it the 21st, I would start your next group prep week on the 28th, though, so that they would, so that you would hit Success Club in March. So, always be thinking about Success Club when you're making your plan. But my other advice for you would be to partner up and do this with somebody else, especially if you haven't run a clean eating group before. It would be fun to kind of to pair up and do it with somebody so that you guys can bounce ideas off of each other. Because even though Erica and I have separate groups, we're still, connecting and saying what's working for you here and how's this going. And that's really helpful because, she just said like 10 things I wrote down that I need to remember to do for my group. So it's really always nice to work with somebody. Okay, one more chance for questions, and then it's late. All right, you guys, thanks so much for being on. I'll share in the team page the recording, so if you want to share with your teams, that would be great. And have a great night, everybody. I'll talk to you soon. Thank you. Thanks, Erica.
Thanks.